You mentioned polygamy. I'm skipping ahead a little bit. Let's talk about that briefly. So when you say polygamy, are you talking about polygamy or polygyny, like where a man has more than one female, or is it what they call today, what do they call that? Polyamory, which is real polygamy, meaning long-term relationships on both ends?
Well, my preference for a relationship is like, I've got this Thai girlfriend here. She's cleaning. She cleans and cooks all day. They really are amazing.
Oh yeah, well,
So I've got her, and like I found her. This is just one example. I found her, and instantly I thought, this is a woman that is, number one, very kind, because that's what attracts me to a woman, because I sort of think ahead like 30 years. Like, if I'm in a bad situation, is this woman really going to take care of me out of love? And the people around me, and make me look good because I'm a kind person. Is she going to reflect that we are kind people? So I want long-term relationships. Okay, I do like one-night stands every once in a while, for sure. Well, frequently, but I don't give it much thought, right? I like a long-term relationship where I can really get to know someone. I can support them. They can support me. And I just like having multiple ones of those, because I would get too bored with one, and because I've never found the perfect girl. So, my brother found the perfect girl for him. He's happy. He's 100% satisfied. He doesn't need another woman. I respect that. Sometimes I'm jealous of that. It makes life so simple. But I've dated a lot of women, and I've never found one that was what I need to be a 10 in every category. I would find that I would have one girl that was amazing in bed, but I can't take her in public because she's got no manners. Or I find another girl that's like really beautiful, but she's stupid. Or another girl that I connect with so intellectually in private, but like she can't carry on a conversation in public. Or a woman that wants to go on adventures, but she'll never stay home with me and snuggle. Or a woman that wants to snuggle at home, but she'll never go on an adventure. So like, I can't find it all in one woman, maybe because I am such a complicated person that there's no one woman that can fit all of my complication. So yeah, it's not marriage, right? Polygamy is marriage. It's not marriage, but it's kind of like that, because I support my girlfriends the same way a husband would support a wife. And I have that level of loyalty and commitment to them. And I want them to have that level of loyalty and commitment to me. Now, that doesn't mean they can't sleep with other people. I mean, if Rose really wants to sleep with someone else, I mean, let's go extreme here for a minute, because it's your platform, and I can't. If I put this on my platform, I'm going to get deleted. But this is just to give you an extreme example. Like, Rose and I had a ladyboy the other night, and we all did everything possible together. And so the ladyboy is actually having sex with Rose, like another penis going inside of Rose. And I'm like supporting this, and Rose is so happy about it. And I'm happy, she's happy. And there's like this level of trust and unconditional love and non-judgment coming from that. And that whole experience is something that I think most people in Western civilization will never experience, where you completely unless they're on a lot of drugs, but then it's not the same situation,
Actually, and there's, just for our viewers to hear this isn't just pure, some people may hear this and think this is unnatural. The reality, though, is that monogamy was an advent that came with the Neolithic expansion, where because of farming, because of agriculture and inheritance, this is evolutionary psychologists, this is what they believe brought in monogamy. That's the current belief today. It was because people were inheriting, and you couldn't be completely sure whose child it was. Historically, it seems to be that people had long-term relationships with multiple people in different, I know this, for example, about the Arabs. Before Islam came to the Arabs, this is well known in ancient Arabic literature, they were not polygynous, they were polygamous, where women would marry several men at a time, and men would marry several women, actually. And what would happen is basically the man who was the most potent sexually would impregnate the woman by chance, and so maybe she might get the best genetic qualities from him, but she would decide who would raise the child, and usually off the man's esteem in the society or wealth and so on. And so this existed in a lot of cultures historically. A lot of the monogamy also came along with not just the farming, but the Judeo-Christian religions, which came out of also the Middle East, actually. But anyway, getting away from this for a second.
One last thing, Leo. So how this evolved is I had a girlfriend that I loved so much. I thought, oh my God, this is the woman I'm going to marry when I was like 20, 21 years old. And I got bored of having sex with her. Like no matter what I tried, like it never had that excitement that it had in the beginning. So that's when I was thinking like, okay, I can either just accept that or I can try to increase the quality of my life and add some variety. So that was one thought that was happening. And then later I find out that most men I know are cheating on their wives, and it's all this hidden thing, and then they get caught and it's a disaster. And as a lawyer, I saw it all the time in my clients. Yeah. And as a lawyer, I have to be very conservative. I wear a suit every day. I'm trying to cater to more expensive client or higher status clients. I have to be the conservative role. And so I have to play into this fake society, whereas behind the scenes, everybody's cheating on everybody pretty much. And I just don't like the lying, because my dad was a sort of like a polygamist also, but he would lie about it, and it put him in such a stressful situation. And I saw him, part of him got off on the excitement, but part of him, like the stress really wore on him of not being able to be honest. And I didn't want to end up to my dad about not being honest. So then I just tried as an experiment going the other direction, which is where I would get a girlfriend and I would say, look, I'm going to have multiple girlfriends. That doesn't mean you're going to get any less of me. I'm going to give you all the same love and support as if I didn't have other girlfriends, but I'm also going to be totally honest with you that I'm going to have and accumulate other girlfriends. And then it started actually working. So this is what completely changed my view on it, because I was raised as a beta male thinking that you have to put a woman on a pedestal and dedicate your life to her in order to earn her, which is a bad path, I think, for most men's quality of life. And puts them in a little happiness. Yeah, it takes away their manhood in a lot of ways. And so, and I was really honest about it. All of a sudden, I started becoming a baller. Like other women started seeing I was desired and wanting to be with me, and I started becoming more attractive the more women I was with. But I always had this push, this resistance of women trying, they're attracted to me because they can't have me. As soon as they have me at the exclusion of all other women, all of a sudden they try to start pushing me down, controlling me, and putting me back in the beta male situation so that I can't go out and get another woman. A good example is like the Ferrari is a chick magnet. In the beginning, the girl wants to drive in your Ferrari. She wants to take pictures of the Ferrari. She wants her friends to see the Ferrari. And then later in the relationship, she wants you to sell the Ferrari, because she knows it's a chick magnet.
Absolutely.
But when you sell the Ferrari, now she's not attracted to you anymore. And the Ferrari is a metaphor.